On my right, your left, I have a pair of boots from a company called Danner. These boots can be resold. The boots on your right, my left, are from Keen. Danner built some of their boots in the USA. Most of them are built overseas. Same with Keen. There's a couple of Keen boots that are made in the USA. These boots were built in the USA. These boots were built overseas. Looking at these, which do you think are more sustainable? So this, you can ask any kind of question. Yeah, so like these boots, these soles can be repaired as long as the up here stays intact. Some of this inside can be repaired, the laces. These boots are from either the beginning of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. Both of these are my boots. I wear these. These I wear almost 5 days a week. They're leather, there's metal, and they were handcrafted, hand built in the States. I think they're upwards of like $400. They're probably more now. These were built somewhere not in the United States. They are made from a combination of many materials. Both of these, I don't think this one has Gore-Tex. This one has Keen's version of waterproofing. These have Keen rubber soles. These have Vibram rubber soles. Vibram is pretty popular. If you ever looked at the bottom of a resolable boot, it's most likely a Vibram sole. This is leather. There might be some leather. This might be leather. I don't know it feels like suede almost. This is a combination of multiple materials. These were worn at least 5 days a week for about 2 years. These can't be resold. The only repairing that I can do to these is some makeshift to patch up holes so they're still wearable. And I still wear these for like rough jobs that I don't want to get these totally annihilated. This lace is this lace, but the outer coating fell off. See, still usable. These have been resold, I think, 4 times. They've been sent back to the company once to have repair done. They're the second insole. These, I do have a second set of laces, but these are the original laces. Neither of them get tied. If you tie them every time, the laces wear out faster. These always stay tied. These have metal. You can see these are all metal. I guess they're eyelets, if you can see on there. This only has a little bit of metal up here. The rest of it is cloth down here, and some of the cloth pieces have already worn through. These have holes in both the corners, like where the boot goes like this. This boot is wearing down, but there's no hole, no nothing. Again, these are like 6-7 years old. These are 2. They're older than 2. They're probably 4. They get worn like once a month now, if that. So these are like backup shoes. So these have Gore-Tex. These have Keen's waterproofing. They both repel water. The Gore-Tex is PFAS, forever chemical in it. These are forever chemical free. If you ever find any sort of material, any shoe, garment, fireproofing, waterproofing, just think forever chemicals. That means the chemicals are forever. Now there's science right now that is happening, seeing if there's something that could be done that will take the forever chemical out of the environment. I don't know what stage that's in. So right now, forever chemicals are bad. Gore-Tex has forever chemicals. The waterproofing on Keen does not. First shoe manufacturer, PFAS free. PFAS, the forever chemicals, were actually in so many other parts of shoes, so many other parts of clothing. And they had to do a whole bunch of research to figure out how they can make a shoe with no forever chemical. I know that I bought these before I was fully aware. It might have been 2 years after I bought these, that Gore-Tex was a forever chemical. Whenever it gets wet, it's flowing into the environment. Awfulness. So these are very durable. Like I said, these get worn anywhere from 2 to 7 days a week since I purchased them. These were worn almost 5 to 7 days a week for 2 years, and they're probably in the state maybe a little more worse wear after those first 2 years, because I don't wear them in that situation anymore, because I quit that job. What do you think?
My first thought was definitely the ones on,
yeah,
because they were definitely more easily repaired.
The Danners, yeah.
But then you mentioned the forever chemicals. So.
Yeah, it's tough. I'll be honest, I don't know which is more sustainable. The problem here is what you just brought up. These have the forever chemicals in them. These do not. These can be rebuilt as long as there's no hole in the side. And if you want to fix the hole, you could probably figure out how to fix the hole. But the company and cobblers will only go down here. But as you can see, Keen's boots do not last that long. I like Keen. They chose to go forever chemical free. And that's one of the reasons why I bought these shoes. But it's super disappointing when you wear them after like 2 years and they don't hold up like this. Plus, this is leather, so that's another negative. You have plastic leather, which I would never wear that on a shoe. There's also a green leather. I can't remember what that's called. It's based from a plant. If these were waterproofing, just like Keen, instead of the Gore-Tex that is loaded with forever chemicals and whatever else is in here, and they had, this is not what green leather is called, but we're gonna call it Grether because that makes sense in this scenario. It's very hard because these will totally outlast these, but these have more chemicals in them. You're looking at having these for like a decade or more, having these for a few years and having to toss them away. You could figure out how to reuse these shoes, attach these to a wall and put some like a pocket like this. It's just however creative you get. If you can see these holes, like do you see these holes? There's like, I could stick my finger and touch my sock. I still wear these. They're just enough where it protects me. Find a patches that I could put over this so they can last longer. The soles are not the best, but they're not the worst either. There's still some tread. If Keen made a shoe like this, or if this company or any shoe that rebuilds its shoes took the effort of Keen, it would make these boots so much better. I wouldn't say this boot would be obsolete. This boot would be way more environmentally friendly, more sustainable. It's also the function. When I was working in a warehouse and I had to walk around on a concrete floor, these shoes are not ideal for that. Depending on your feet, they could hurt your feet after a while. These are specifically meant for like hiking and they fit like a glove. They are, was it situation specific? Or they're made for 2 different scenarios. You could hike in these. I've done hiking, but these boots will be more comfortable. It also depends on the socks you're wearing, your feet, how comfortable you are. It's really hard. It's not clear cut. These are comfy and I wear them around here, but to walk the hundreds of thousands of steps, these would hurt. There are other boots, other companies out there that might make a more sustainable boot, but it's really hard if you want a specific situation. For durability, you have to have a resole. And for resole, you're sacrificing, like this is, you're not getting like you have flex in here, but it's not like this. Like this is meant to like be super comfortable and wrap around your foot. This is made to be super durable. I'm not gonna get rid of these since these have the forever chemicals in them, but I already have these and I know these can be rebuilt. So I'm gonna wear these. If you already have these, then you wear the hell out of them. You're not gonna be like, oh, forever chemicals, throw them out the window, because that's completely opposite of sustainability. You wouldn't buy these again. You would find like a better version of these, like Grether, as I mentioned earlier, green leather. And plus like the Gore-Tex, replace it with PFAS-free forever chemical. I don't know how you make these more durable or reinforce this area where like boots that people buy, a company hasn't figured out how to make this section durable. I don't think there's like a clear winner. Obviously, if I was buying another pair of boots, I would look for resolable, rebuildable, because that's just, it makes more sense. And that's the whole purpose I bought these. The fact that they were forever chemical laden, I found out afterwards is for some reason I didn't even think about that at that point. It's also the scenario that you're working with. If you need this boot in a certain situation, but it might be this boot in others. Again, these are just 2 boots. There are endless shoes out there. When you're buying a pair of shoes, everything you do, you have to do research. When you're researching these shoes or these shoes, you're comparing many other brands. I don't have on this table, I don't own those shoes, and it'd be stupid for me to buy them just to show them on a camera. These are actual shoes that get worn. If a company is promoting something, that you look into what they're promoting, if that is sustainable. It's fantastic that these are rebuildable. What about the forever chemical? And it's fantastic that these are made without forever chemicals. But what about durability? I know that I'm going to wear these tomorrow. That's about all I know. I just hope that I don't have to buy another pair of boots for a long time.